Right, so introducing our special guests, we've got PAC and Jesse from Storage Hunters. Right, okay, I'm here to field questions.
Sorry for the letdown, guys.
There's no letdown. We're not
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Hall dropped a little bit of weight, but he made it back. How y'all doing? Yeah, whales coming, race them out, make a little noise in here.
See, I didn't get that reaction. I don't know what am I doing wrong?
Can't figure it out.
You need to give me some tips.
I don't know, man, because, I mean, you're oozing in the charisma department, so I can't figure it out.
I know, but I can't hold it down.
Maybe it's the
Woo!
Y'all mind if I stand?
Do I have to stand too?
No, man, no. I just, when I'm talking to people, I like to kind of...
You're like in fighting position right
I'm
now.
always moving around.
Fielding questions, fielding fights.
Yeah.
Come one, come on. I like it.
Right, okay, is anyone with any questions out in the audience? Who's going to be the first? Oh, he's got another call from... Is this a question or are you... Okay, excellent. I thought you were going to say, can you stop, please? You're moving again.
Yeah. I got a question for PAC. When I was very interested at a young age, we had amazing managers. Slick, Jimmy Hart, absolutely brilliant mouthpieces. Nowadays, I don't think there is any. What's your opinion? Do you think it's good to have managers, bad to have managers?
Before I answer any more questions, I have to scan the audience to see how many kids are here. Trying to be mindful. Usually when I do this, it's usually an adults 18 plus only crowd, so.
Typical American.
No, I'll adjust my answers accordingly, don't worry, you don't have to. Really, that's a good question because I grew up in a time where, did you, in British wrestling, was there managers like that? Not really, huh? I remember, because I remembered, like, there were like, I mean, Finley had a valet. I mean, you all are, I mean, am I talking too inside baseball here over everybody's head about British wrestling? Anyways, this is just my opinion. There's no real, like, reason etched in stone, but in my opinion, like, the only way a manager will get on TV now is if they have a really nice butt and two beautiful breasts. just keeping it 100. Except Paul Heyman. Yeah, well, yeah, there's some, and Zeb Coulter and Paul Heyman are exceptional talkers. Although, and I know I'm kind of going off into the weeds here, no pun intended, but I think Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio just did not fit together at all. Brutal, right?
So when you get to be a little bit older, right? I know you're still a young guy now.
43.
Would you ever consider managing?
Yes, yeah, I would, but
And who would you manage?
I have no idea. It would really have to fit, though. Like, it would have to make sense. It's kind of like I was just talking about Zeb Coulter and Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah.
Like, it couldn't be something like that. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pull it off. Like, some people can pull off, like, being somebody else or faking something. I can't. Like, I have to make it real to me, and I can't play a character. I've always played. People say, what was your favorite gimmick? I'm like, I've never had a gimmick. I've just had different names.
Yeah.
I've always just been me. So, anyways, sorry about that long. I told them earlier, they were like, this is going to be about 20 minutes. I'm like, that's one answer for me.
All right, next we've got another question.
Jay.
Yeah, that's the one. I was talking to Goldust last time he was
Yes.
down. It was him and Dreamer and a few of the other guys, and we were talking about injuries in the business. And they brought up your name when we were talking about what's the nastiest injury. It's just like X-Pac, like just boom,
Oh.
outright. Talk about Miss Bronco Buster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking, without asking you about that, what's the worst injury that you can think of for those guys sort of outside, or something that's funny, like an amusing injury?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to top tearing your asshole in the bottom turnbuckle. Oh, sorry. That's okay. Asshole's not that bad.
Okay.
I don't know. There's really not any. I try not to laugh at people's injuries,
Sure.
except my own. Like, I'll watch clips of me getting like hurt all day long and laughing my ass off. So, I don't know. Like,
Well, think about it, but you gotta tell us this story that for us that don't know. This tearing the.
do you all
the
know
junk-
the story of me tearing my sphincter? You know, anybody know who Jerry Lynn is?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Jerry Lynn was a dear friend of mine, and he was great. And also, he was the guy that I wrestled when I first got noticed, and I wouldn't be here right now if there was no Jerry Lynn. And so I was wrestling him and like 2 other people on a 4-way for his retirement in Minnesota, and a guy was down in the corner, and I went for the Bronco Buster. I told him to move, and oh wow, I'm giving away all the like. You guys know it's not. I didn't know.
Hey,
Like buzz in Japan or Mexico right now. Somebody
you're right.
Yeah, they're exposing the wisdom. So yeah. Anyways. He moved, and I came in a little bit too horizontal, and there was no cover over the turnbuckle, and so like the bolt, and the threads, and everything, like literally tore me a new one. I'm serious. Like I went to the after party for a little bit, and because I never took my tights off, but you can see the vid. Like go on YouTube. Or yeah, it has to be YouTube because it's not on WWE Network for $9.99. I mean, you all pay $9.99 in pounds, so you guys are getting screwed. So yeah, I missed the move, right? And I felt it. Now you can see me. I'm like, you can read my lips. I'm like. I tore my effing a-hole! And then somebody comes up and just whacks me with like a big stop sign or something. I was just like, oh. So anyways, I'm at the after party. All of a sudden, I felt blood start trickling down my leg. I'm like, oh no, it's as bad as I thought it was. I got back to my hotel room and I took my pants off and everything, blood just went everywhere, and I had to call the ambulance before I passed out.
A maid.
Yeah.
A maid.
Oh, the whole.
Oh, the maid in the
At least I
morning.
kept it. At least I kept it in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah. Still, that's
Yeah,
man.
it was brutal. And so I get to the hospital and they had to perform emergency surgery. It was a surgery that no doctor there had ever performed before. It's called a sphincterplasty. Y'all know what a sphincter is? It's a rhetorical question.
5 minutes on Xbox Sphincter. Next question.
I got a whole routine on my butthole.
In the back though.
You're saying that you don't have a gimmick, but if you kind of do, who would you give it to? The new generation?
Say that again?
You said you didn't have a gimmick.
Yes.
So who would you give the character X-Pac to in the new generation? So like our generation.
Can't.
Anybody
Yeah,
close?
I
Anybody close to it?
can't give myself like
if Vince put a gun to your head and said, you have to do it, who would you give it to?
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you. It's like not a gimmick for me to give away. It would be like me giving away my own personality, my own consciousness. Like, it was all, like, literally, that was, when I was a good guy, that was me. And when I was a bad guy, that was me being an asshole type stuff. So it was just me. Like, I swear to God, like, it was always me. Like.
So the answer is you'd say, Vince, shoot.
Yeah, Vince, knock himself out.
Yeah.
I never listened to him anyways.
So you've had some pretty awesome names, but if you could make a new one for yourself, what would it be?
Ooh.
Like you've had to think, oh man, if I went by
Like, come on, man, why you hit me with that? I'm at the end of my career in the
one more
twilight.
chance. Say Vince,
Imagine
put a gun to your
I
head,
can't even
right?
imagine. I can't even imagine if I had to start over now.
You could do it.
I don't like with the environment like that they have right now, and all the restrictions put on guys, and scripts being written, and you know, guys going out there, and it's like they're reading off a damn cue card. You know, it's like, what do you call that? What's that soap opera here? Something Street? Coronation Street. It's like freaking bad acting on Coronation Street. The in-between segments, you know?
X-Pac on Made in Chelsea would be amazing.
There's also like a
Talking about a
reality show.
sphincter.
I saw there's like in the States we have this Jersey Shore that was popular.
Geordie Shore here.
Well, now they have one from Essex. You know what I'm talking about? And everybody's going, oh no. That was the same reaction I got when I saw it on TV, and the person that was in the room with me, they were like,
Love it.
Essex. Oh, no.
Let's get another question. Go ahead.
Last WrestleMania 31,
Yes,
in the same ring, there was DX and NWO saying at the same time.
yes.
Is there going to be a possibility there's going to be a match between DX and NWO?
I would never say no, but I was about ready to use a Dumb and Dumber movie reference, but nobody would get it.
I'll laugh.
So you're saying there is a chance?
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, like the last match from it.
Here's the thing, like, I'm just being I always keep it real with everybody. Hunter had to lie to the doctors just for us to go out to the ring in the first place. He told us that he told the doctor none of us were doing anything physical, and then we all go out there and run around, so he lied, and what are they gonna do, fire him?
Nice.
Yeah, what I'm getting at is none of us can pass a physical at the present time, for various reasons.
Good answer. Next question. Oh, I think I skipped a guy. Oh, yeah, go second.
It's not so much a question, but I was wondering if you have any funny stories to tell about life on the road with the clip back in the day.
Yeah, you can't.
Every day is a
Come on,
funny story.
Craig, you can't do that to me, man. Do you know how many stories I have in my wheelhouse? Gee, pick a story and just tell a story. Come on, man, be a little bit more specific. Come on, Craig. I don't think I remember your name up there. You sit next to Dan.
Alright, I'll change the subject a little bit, but if you could pick one of your favourite matches or highlights of your career, what would it be?
When D-Generation X invaded WCW. Yeah, when they had the nerve to come and run head-to-head 40 miles down the road, and they didn't even have the foresight to think, gee, I wonder what, like, maybe those guys might show up here or something, because if I'm in somebody's backyard, I'd be expecting a visit. So, that thing turned out to be the greatest thing of all time in the history of wrestling, in my opinion. And I'm saying that because I was involved in it, and I'm really biased. Other than that, when we finished doing that, did everybody see that? Did everybody see that stuff? We knew, like when it was over with, and we came back to the arena, we just knew that it was over for them. It was only a matter of time. We had their number, and from the next week, we beat them in the ratings, and I don't think they ever, maybe they did with the Goldberg match, but man, that was like throwing a WrestleMania main event out there, just to get one WrestleMania. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily the same answer, but it's kind of, for you in your career, was there ever like a moment that you knew, like, this is it, this is your moment where where you're like, this is me, this is who I am now, like, in terms of wrestling, like, was there a specific match, or specific time, or there it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Night after WrestleMania 14, when I came back and joined DX, and no matter how confident I might be, still, I'm coming back to the place that I left. And, some people looked at me as the enemy for a while, and even the crowds, are loyal in a lot of ways. And I didn't know if the crowd was going to take a dump on me, or what they were going to, how they were going to react. And I just remember Vince McMahon saying to me, hey, they're expecting something big from you, and go out there and give it to them. Like, they didn't give me a script or anything, obviously, but he thought, like, Eric thought it was punishment, and I thought it was my get out of jail free card. So it was, man, it was the best thing that ever happened. And Eric will tell you this, and he said it in his book, it was one of the biggest mistakes he's ever made, probably the biggest. So
There you have it. Next question.
Sir, front row.
Well, my question is about not maybe a comeback or in a match. It's like with the developmental centre down in Florida.
Yeah.
Is there anyone down there that you probably may want to pop some wisdom on, someone who may deserve it?
I already do. I have a few guys that I suppose I can tell you here. It's just between us, right?
Yeah.
Like Finn Balor and Kevin Owen, guys like that. I could invite everybody to give me a holler, and only a few guys take me up on it, and they're the ones that are doing good. Like, some guys are in developmental, and they're getting paid to learn how to wrestle. That's not how it worked, man. Like, we were the ones that had to pay and they're getting paid, and they have this nice facility, and a lot of them really aren't that hungry, because they don't, like, and I don't mean to sound like the old guy going, oh, back in my day, and well, 10 miles in the snow.
I don't think deserves it. It's easy.
Seemed like a nice guy, I guess. Actually, he doesn't even really seem like a nice guy. Not when I've seen him in the back, walking around, like, just, not a bad guy, but this is one of the hardest jobs in the world, if not the hardest. And you can't come in, you can't be lazy, man. And the guy he thinks that lackadaisical, carefree, that's fine, man, but when you come to work, leave that shit at home, it's not, sorry. Didn't come to an X-Pac. Actually, it wasn't supposed to be just me, sorry.
Sorry.
But ZZ, not a big fan. Not a big fan.
I don't think anything.
All right.
It's not a joke. I mean, yeah, there's stuff. Sometimes we have comedy elements, but like it's not a joke, man. Like, you get hurt going in there like that.
I've seen UFC guys do that kind of training and wrestling, and they've said, no, thank you.
That's right. Yeah.
And they're supposed to be really.
It goes both ways, though. Is oh my God, their training is the hardest in the world. Anyways,
Yeah, next.
Dan?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
My eyesight was a bit weird. Essentially, my question concerns around a few that I remember a lot from when I was younger regarding Kane before we started wearing slacks and selling snacks in concessions or whatever it's called. Before that happened, he was a large monster and you were selected to feud with him alongside, I believe her name was Tori.
Tori, yes.
Looking back on it, how did you feel both of you took it? Did you, and how's it like generally working with Kane and Tori as a better?
Kane was my favorite partner ever in my entire career, and that's saying a lot because like I should be saying Kevin and Scott and Hunter and all my partners, but Kane was the one that I had the most fun with. It was the most creatively satisfying because we had this dynamic. I'm like this little dude. It was just two totally different people. Wrestling was always full of what I call bookend tag teams. Yeah. Two guys wearing the same exact, whether it be a tuxedo jacket, two bow tie, you know what I mean by bookend. Anyway, we were the opposite of that. And I also enjoyed wrestling him, but it was really difficult because when you're a villain and you're 200 pounds, and the good guy that you're supposed to be getting sympathy on is 7 foot, 300 pounds, and basically wrestles like the Undertaker. You gotta, I literally had to bring everything but the kitchen sink in there. I used to hit him so hard, Jesse. 3 nights in a row, I sent him to the hospital to get stitched up, and Kane's such a nice guy, he wouldn't tell me. Because I'd hit him with the bell every night, and I just cracked the living crap out of him. And finally, Paul Bearer said to me, because Kane was a world champion, and they had him sitting in coach. He's 7 feet, 300 pounds. They had certain guys up in first class, and they had the former world champion at 7 foot, 300 and some pounds in coach. And Kane was so mad at this point, like he was busted open, and I didn't realize it. And he lost his temper, and he had his hand on the armrest of the coach seat, and he just boom, and he broke the whole freaking armrest off. And I immediately said to one of the agents, I'm like, this BS that he's in coach, like, come on, like, Anyways, Paul Bearer told me, 3 nights in a row, I had to bring him to the hospital because of that bell, and I'm just like, oh, it kills me if I hurt somebody, so.
Hey, it's all right.
Kane was the best. He was my favorite. And they ruined him. They ruined Kane. And I was the one that took his mask off, but because if anybody was going to do it, I wanted it to be me, but I didn't want him to ever take his mask off or ever talk. None of that. I used to always say, no, he's not talking. No, he's not doing this. No, Kane wouldn't do that. I was very protective of him.
Who's the hardest you've ever had to wrestle? Not in terms of being bad, but just whether he's huge or just really skilled where you just had to keep up.
Ooh. I could keep up with pretty much everybody. I think the most grueling match probably 2 of them. Bret the Hitman Hart in 1994. July 10th or 11th, I think it was. If you're going, I'm looking on WWE Network, $9.99.
In pounds.
That, and there was a match that I had in this smaller promotion, but they're a really cool promotion called Chikara Pro. And there was this guy, his name was El Generico. Anybody ever heard of him?
Yeah.
Sami Zayn? Anybody ever heard of him?
Yeah.
He used to be called El Generico, and I had a match. I came back as the 1, 2, 3 kid. I shaved my beard. I didn't, no mullet, but I got the beard. I took the beard off and put the 1, 2, 3 kid tights back on, and for some reason I thought I was that young again. And that match sent me back into painkiller addiction, to be honest.
Oh my goodness. There you have it.
Really funny painkiller addiction.
Next question. Go for it.
Yeah.
Do you know when
you know when you first went out onto the stage, when you first started and the brought with the crowds there and you just think, oh wow, the atmosphere's brilliant and you buzzed off the atmosphere. Did you always have that, or did you ever just think even once, just another night? Do you know what I mean? Just another day?
Yeah, and did everybody understand Dan?
Yeah.
Because I had a little bit of a difficult time. Sorry, Dan. Do I sound as messed up to you as you guys do to me?
No, what I was saying is, have you always
No, I
always
get you.
enjoyed it? Have you always enjoyed it? Or have you ever thought it's just another day at work?
Like, even in the smaller shows, last night I wrestled Preston for Preston City Wrestling. And it was jam-packed, but it was a smaller, more intimate venue than your average 20,000 seat arena. And every night it's special. Because just like right now, like being able to interact with everybody and like look everybody in the eye. Like, I really dig this. This is really cool for me. A lot of people come and they do these things, these events, and they'll just, you know, when they're signing, they'll just keep their head down and sign and, you know, just hand the picture off. Or some people even have their headphones on, or they'll be on the phone. I don't do that. Like, I really enjoy meeting everybody. So every night's always been special, Dan. Yeah. The only time is like when I was so nervous that I was so nervous and thinking about, like not messing up, that I couldn't even soak in that there was all these people making all that noise. But that was a lot, that was when I was really young, anyways, to answer your question, no. Sorry.
But has the crowd like ever really gotten into your head at one point that you remember like distinctively, where you're like, oh my gosh, and you had to like react accordingly, like total game plan change?
No, but like there's been a few times which is way worse, when they're not making any noise at all.
Oh,
It's tough, and when they're not making any noise, everything hurts 20 times more. So, there's a few times when I can't name any specific times, but it takes a really cool, calm, and collected person to not have let people in their heads at some point.
Well, it just seems, it seems that more and more as time goes on, the crowds get more and more orchestrated on their chants and more specific and more personal, and it's like, it's got to get in some people's heads at some point where you're just like, oh my God.
The thing is like, I try to keep in mind that, like, to me, like, the crowd is part of the show. They're stars in the show too. So, they have their part too. When they start chanting, like, I roll with it. Like, hey, if they're gonna chant and make a bunch of noise and like do this minute-long chant, that's a minute that I don't have to get my ass beat. So, you know, honestly, I don't mind that kind of stuff at all.
Just do something.
Yeah.
Just don't be quiet.
Just make some noise. I don't care. Like booing, whatever. Call me names, whatever.
I have some mean names for you later. Another question?
The training when you started out, what sort of training, because obviously you were known for your stiff kicks in the corners there.
Yes.
Dirty kick and pretty flat kick. What sort of training did you do before you decided you were going to go to wrestling? What sort of helped you, do you think?
I wrestled in school,
Right.
and I started doing Taekwondo, Korean, it's a Korean form of karate, and this was long before MMA.
Yeah.
So that was what I started out with, and they have really, really nice kicks in Taekwondo. So that was what. Honestly, without the martial arts stuff, I wouldn't have been successful. I don't think. That was my thing. Yeah.
Because the kicks in the corner.
It's my equalizer.
Yeah, I think they're brilliant. Because I used to take on as well.
Right on.
And kicks in the corner, back kick. Brilliant.
Thanks. not easy to jump up and
It's not easy.
hit a guy on the mark every time. I don't know how I did it. I couldn't do it like in a cold, like in a room, in an empty room. I couldn't do it to save my life. Only when there's a bunch of people making noise.
All right, let's try something different. Do a rapid fire question so you can answer them within a few seconds. Are you ready? You ready?
Okay.
All right. I just want to make sure you're focused here.
Can I look?
No, you don't have to look. No, you can look. You can look at all the beautiful people. All right, here we go. Other than yourself, favorite wrestler of all time.
Bret Hart.
Other than yourself, worst wrestler of all time.
Worst wrestler that got a push? Virgil. Worst wrestler that made a full-time living in the business? Virgil.
Fair enough. Favorite arena that you've ever wrestled at?
I was trying to think of the one down the road. Just to do a big Foley cheap beat thing. Chicago Allstate Arena. Allstate Arena is just, I don't know what it is about that place. I don't know if it's the acoustics in the building or if it's just the people in Chicago are completely nuts. Like, it's hard to think when you walk out to go to the ring. It's hard to think it's so definitely loud.
Who's your best friend in the wrestling business?
I got 4 of them, man. I honestly can't.
Maybe your favorite son or something like your favorite kid? Or...
Yeah, I can tell you in private.
What do you like better, UFC or boxing?
UFC.
Yeah, you have a favorite?
Yes, and I do I have a favorite?
UFC fighter.
Wow.
Don't say Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Brooks.
I'm waiting, just like everybody else, for the fight Phil Brooks. And since they had moved, like, since weight classes started, and they started bringing in the lighter, and, I don't know, my favorite's probably not even the best, but
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And you know, you got your moments with even like, I can Chuck Liddell.
Yeah, I think I have to go back to the older guys.
Yeah.
Like,
Ken Shamrock.
yeah, of course, all those guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, back when like guys still had.
Yeah. He was breaking everyone's arms. That was a good time.
Yeah.
Breaking people's arms.